With a yo-ho-ho, it's TaleOfTheToaster. Welcome to a post-game video in Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stone's Thunderflash. In this video, I'm going to show how to take on the Thunderflash exclusive post-game team, Nosfanatica. The first thing you need to do is, after beating the LBX post-game story, you head straight to the Inazuma TM bus. Hey, what? Haha. And who are you? I have been so very bored lately. So very bored you simply can't imagine. And I thought, well, don't these little snacklets look fun? It occurred to me that it's not fair on the rest of us if you're only allowed to play with Simeon. Don't you agree? What's this? It's an artifact, my sweetling. An invitation to challenge the noblest vampires at our annual get-together. Simply everyone will be there. You must come. Say you will. But who are you? Oh, if I must. I am Desmodus Drakul, one of the last surviving members of a noble clan of vampires. Enchanted. I would so love to play against you. I'd be honoured if you came to my little soiree. Well, ciao ciao. This is turning out to be a really weird day. Aryan, what's wrong? Hello, Earth to Aryan. Oh, Ricardo, Victor, I didn't see you there. Another weird-looking person just showed up. Oh? He said this was an invitation. I guess we should see if the bus will accept it. The Crimson Jewel at that. And it did, so the Inazuma TM bus can now go to a new area, Dracula's Castle. So the artifact's in place, all that remains for us to do is to actually head to Dracula's Castle itself. Looking from the thumbnail, this looks like a really nice looking area and I'm excited to touch base there. And then we are greeted with the sight of the lunar moon, the blue fire, the bats above the castle, the ominous camera angle. Everything just makes this place look stunning and so atmospheric. And then you realise it's a palette swap of King Arthur's castle. It's exactly the same layout, just with different colours and stuff. But either way, it's still pretty convincing. I do like how this place looks. There are no random encounters, no Palpak societies, no anything other than Drakul in the centre of the pitch. Let's talk to him. You came, how marvellous. So you're one of Simeon's friends? Friend is a strong word. Please do me the courtesy of not lumping me in with people like that. So that's a yes. This little get-together is merely a way for me to seek out people of, shall we say, richer blood than the common people. That kind of thing, anyway. So that's why you want to fight us? Oh, that's neither here nor there. Our meeting here was always going to be destiny, you might say. And you can't avoid it now. Let me know when you've made your preparations, won't you? Then we shall play. Well, I've made them, so let's have that little game and face our destiny. So the team that he will be facing us with is level 70 and they have boosted stats as well. So you want to build the absolutely most optimal setup that you possibly can. Indeed, I've got all of my fancy extra recruitable players, including the brand new hero Hughes from the LBX post-game chapter that we just did. But frankly, I've got to prioritise all of my top story required players simply because I don't think I'd beat these guys otherwise. But as we get the Silas ready, yeah, it looks like we're on level peggings from the numbers, which is obviously intentional on my part, but trust me, if you do go into this at level 70, you are at a disadvantage. I'm doing it for the challenge and the fun of it, but yeah, you probably want to get higher level than this, otherwise you're in a real difficult spot, because all of these guys, look at the stats. Woodrow's Steak, who's even heard of the guy? Well, he's got 185 on his kickstart apparently. Don't know where the Captain Drakul managed to find all these friends from. He's just got all of these hyper-evolved vampires hanging about, but he is a huge threat. He's got Bloodsucker Bite on the shot, as well as Holy Roller. Heaven's Time is a strong dribble when he's mix and match. His mix and match itself is one of the best in the game, and he's got a Fighting Spirit as well, and he only needs one of the two to be absolutely unstoppable, honestly. You want to keep things away from him at all costs. Anyway, everyone here has got at least some kind of pun going on, and we're seeing repeats of moves like Floral Fiesta and Flower Plower already. This goalkeeper has double God Hand, which you can only get through the play coin dispensing machine in the shopping area, but he's just rocking it along with Gravity Point. But here we are in the Transylvania Stadium, Victor's home ground. Let's see what he can do after running with Bylong first, because I have been given a tip in the comments section. It always helps. I now finally know how to use Bylong optimally, and that's all thanks to a comment from X Quartos. Maybe it's been pointed out before, and if that's the case, then sorry I didn't catch it before. But something I didn't know about the fact you can have two Fighting Spirits via mix and match is that you can actually use them both in a single match if you do things properly. Let's go for the Tempest for now. I kind of thought, okay, so have mix and matching with a player who has a Fighting Spirit gives you a second option, and so now I've got the Tempest, which is perfect for situations like this as an example, and then I can Armor Fire and use my shots later on. But I thought it was purely a choice. I didn't realise that actually, if I mix and match Bylong first, then bring out Sicker and let it run out, you can actually use the other option straight afterwards. Like, I can't afford another Tempest, otherwise I'll run out, but let's use Warp Step to try and get past Drakul, the biggest threat yet. Yeah, as soon as Sicker's gone, I can go for a White Wyvern instead. So if I wanted to do this as an entirely Bylong route, that can be done. But the goalkeeper has already got his Spirit out, and that's going to make my brand new shot, Zero Magnum, just that little bit less effective. But nevertheless, 774 is a lot. I think he can beat that though. Inferno Fist on the Void type Demogorgon is indeed enough, and it's going to blast things away. But I'm not giving in that easily. That was me clicking on the Spirit button, and clearly I did not get to. But Athena's Anthem, is that going to be enough? Yes, it is. I'm going to go all out on the offense straight away, because frankly, you should not be holding back against these guys. They are so good, and use Spirit Link if you have to. Yeah, if someone runs out of their Fighting Spirit, just give it back to them later on. Especially because, you know, the pro strat is to do what Bylong can do. You would want to say, if I'm Ricardo, you can actually recruit Nobunaga Oda as a fighter, as a playable character pretty easily. Then you can level him up, give him a spirit, and then mix and match the two again to give Ricardo an even better version of the same mix and match he's already got. Or he's got a perfect mix and match with Gabby, if you want to do that. But let's go for another shot on Ricardo. I really need that very first goal, because I don't doubt for one moment that the opponents are going to score against me. Once Drakul goes for his Spirit and mix and match, he's nigh on unstoppable. So let's go for Ephemeral Boost. $671. Man, Ricardo's kickstat is actually not that high, but it's high enough to get past this. You can really tell I wasn't expecting that, right? Okay, so we're in the lead. That's good. I just didn't want to stop such an ugly shot, that's all. But he's not even armorified yet, so the threat is far from over. Let's go for Ricardo's block. In comes that spirit, though. That is going to be Drakul. I could bring out Mecha Mark's fighting spirit, but frankly, if it gets to the point where he's taking a shot on me, nothing Mecha Mark can do is able to stop it. Okay, it's actually not Drakul's, so I think I probably made the right choice in that case in going for Zanark. I must mix and match him at some point and go for an I Am the Almighty, because that is the strongest shot in our arsenal. Still, I do now have one of the best shots in the game on my team. That would be Omega Assault on Alpha. Just Alpha himself isn't really good enough to be getting the goals in this situation because I haven't mixed and matched him yet. I want to try and get some other Protocol Omega players like Beta, for example, and mix and match him with them. So there goes Sika, but it's not over for Bylon yet. He is still mix and matched, and he has another spirit available to use. For now, Emperor Penguin, number 3. Level 3. Is that enough threes for you? 853 on the power. Okay, our Demogorgon Armorify, he's probably going to go for a double God Hand or a Gravity Point. Well, it has to be one of the two. Here comes double God Hand. Good luck getting this move for yourself. Oh, we've beaten it though! Because I used an air shot. That's literally what it came down to. That was pure type advantage at its finest. Air move beating a ground move. Well, well, it's genuinely for the best that I didn't use a second ephemeral boost, because that is fire type. So, wow, okay. Let's see what we've got then. Zanark, you can stay with a regular spirit for now. Might as well use Ricardo for as long as we can. They're going for a special tactic, but we've just got Cascading March for the first time. Admittedly, Dark Thunder is their only special tactic, and it's not brilliant. Like, it's the same one that the Bomb Blast exclusive team was using back in the day. But Cascading March is going to get us up the pitch, so I certainly appreciate that quite a lot. Taking that from Ragnar. Yeah, Dark Thunder lowers your movement speed, and that's all. It lowers it significantly, but it's not as though they're going to be warping over to the goal. I'm not sure what type element Gravity Point is, but I'm guessing it's ground as well. So let's stick to Emperor Penguin number 3. I am surprised that Ricardo is actually being the MVP of this match. That's not what I planned upon. He just happened to be in the path. But we've got another goal thanks to it. So, full transparency here, it looks like I'm absolutely devastating them here. 3-0 within the first 15 minutes, and I'm kind of making a mockery out of them here. It's almost like, whoa, you trying to be all modest, being like, I'm going in with a level 70 team to make it really challenging, and I'm going to struggle with this, genuinely not sure if I can beat them. And yeah, it does make me sound a bit uppity, but that's because this is not my first attempt trying to record this match. I will probably release the failed take as a bit of bonus content down the line, but I have lost to this team earlier today, and they were absolutely giving me the hands. So look forward to that at some point. Just spamming the same move here, but it's not like I'm going to go for Fortissimo, is it? That wouldn't be strong enough to get past Demogorgon. Are we going to go for a 4th goal, though? Use Gravity Point, man. At least try it. No, he wants Ricardo to score again, so fair enough. Let's just absolutely free ride the first half. And then we'll see what Drakul has got to offer later down the line. I'd still like him to show us what his fighting spirit and everything else can do. You will, of course, see it in the failed take of Nosfanatica anyway, but I still want to get involved in the key one. For those of you who are using this video as an actual walkthrough on how to beat them, clearly the answer is use type advantages with Ricardo on his Armor 5, but that's not exactly what I thought the guidance was going to be. The real guidance is just level up higher than level 70. There's no rush to do this straight away, and you might as well get as high leveled as possible. Go for the Dark Thunder. Let's see how much of an impact it has on our movement speed. Not all that much when I'm mix and matched and armorified at the same time. We can definitely deal with that. Get past the Solar Surprise, the move I've finally been able to give to Sol Daystar in Wildfire after we got it in the post-game. Ricardo is trying to get his 5th goal of the match. How has he still got his spirit up? This is insane. I've probably got some kind of held item that boosts his stamina significantly, but I mean, oh my. Use something else, man. Try to win. And he's lost by a virtue of 5 points. He does have gravity point, I swear down. He even used it in the previous attempt at this match and I couldn't get past it. But anyway, no, sticking to his same old excuse. He doesn't want to stop such an ugly shot. Can Ricardo genuinely run out of FSP? I'm trying to give him as much involvement as he can now just to subside it. And what's Drakul doing? He hasn't brought out his spirit or mix and matched yet. Those are both gigantic, huge Omega threats. And we haven't seen a single one of them yet. I'm sure we will in the second half, because it feels like we've been doing this for quite a while, but we're still in the first half and there's a lot still to deal with. Inline Stampede is finally going to beat out Victor, and straight away they are going for the long shot. Okay, Emperor Penguin 7. Let's see how far that can go. Because Ricardo's meant to be my shot blocker, but I've got him out of the way. So God Hand V to show double God Hand. Yeah, I can do that too, but better, but apparently not. I really, really like all of Drakul's goal celebrations. So, yeah, again, by all means, go have a couple others. We'll go for that Bylong demonstration now, just to show, yes, you can go for White Wyvern as well. Only Sika is exhausted. It doesn't exhaust both of them. And we've still got that mix and match open as well. So this is going to be another challenge for the team of Nosfanatica to stop. Man, we are not giving them a moment to breathe, huh? So I think that finally affords us a chance to go out of walkthrough commentary mode and talk about the team as a whole and general thoughts on them as well. So I do appreciate that we've got yet another challenge here in the post-game. Like, the Desperados and Inazuma Legend National was already quite a lot, but as we go for Zero Magnum, yeah, we've also got these guys, and as soon as I've beaten Nosfanatica here in Thunderflash, I will obviously have a video on Wildfire as well to show the equivalent. They are called Lunar Howl, and they are similarly challenging. Now, what I don't really appreciate about the match is that these guys aren't duplies. I may have mentioned this earlier on, but I think it just kind of doesn't make a great deal of sense that between both of these teams there's a total of like 24 hyper-evolved children. I presume they are hyper-evolved children because Drakul is. They're all vampires as well. They don't care for Simeon, but they still want to take over the world. Couldn't we just have the two of them? Just Drakul and Wolfram. They can still be sticking to their ideals, and they just happen to have a bunch of duplies with them. It's the exact same thinking with Zan. It's like, why does this triple S criminal who's just gotten out of jail have like 10 mates who are really good at football and they're gonna just help him out on cue? And like, you know, Zanok's football skills are quite exceptional, but why have we got no attention towards the skills of his palios as well? No shot for Bylong there. We're timing out on 6-1. I'm stunned at this. Alright, so let's mix things up a little bit. Zanok has had his spirit out the entire time. I want to give Alpha a little bit of a moment. Finally, we are going to see Drakul bringing out his spirit. Glenr, however you say that. And I probably don't have the means to stop it. Demon's Bolt is specializing in dribble, and so that means that even the strongest spirit blocks you have are probably not enough to get past it. The tower doesn't stand a chance against Demon's Bolt. You're going to see this move a couple of times. It does wear out a lot of his FSP. He does not have unlimited FSP like, say, some people in the Desperados did. Let's mix and match Mecha Mark just for that bit of extra defense. I don't think I can stop any kind of shot he's got. But look at that. Ah, what happened? Is that a vampire? Silly boy, I haven't transformed. This is my mix and match form. Now, who should I sample first? I'm far too gamey and stringy to taste nice. You're also a robot, so that would be the main reason that you wouldn't taste good. Meanwhile, let's turn this robot into a human as Mecha Mark gains some human-like qualities from Sam. Demon's Bolt was already unblockable at 900 power. It is now 1128, but it also ran out his spirit in the process. He should have armor-fied, but he did not. We still won't be able to stop his Heaven's Time, I don't think, or even just his regular dribble in general. Let's bring out the Stationer and see if it's capable of stopping Drakul while he's only mix and matched. I still have my doubts, but it's worth a go, and with a scoreline of 6-1, I think the pressure is somewhat off anyway. Superior Crayon Power versus God Knows, which is fully leveled up. That's right, he's got Heaven's Time and God Knows. He's Aphrodite clone number 7. Cronus, you thought you were an Aphrodite knockoff? Well, this guy is coming out in force to really take it. We've got a critical and stopped it. Everything is going my way. Let's go for a nothing, apparently. Attempted Do-Re-Mi, but I guess not. The Sandman, so that's got Magician's Box as a shooting move, and surely now he's going to stop it. I want to Armorify, A, because we've already used Superior Crayon Power once, and also want to start leveling up moves. I say while I click on a move you cannot level up, Capable Hands from his mix and match with Sam. But it is the strongest I've got, aside from Penguin the Hand. Penguin the Hand is stronger, but it also has a gigantic effect on my stun gauge. And these guys know how to stun you. Right. Bylong's second spirit is gone. Yeah, that wasn't broken at all. Mind you, did he score? He scored once, so he didn't have as much of an impact as I expected. Goldie made absolutely no effort to go for that one. Let's bring out Feng Huang, straight for the Armorfly, because these guys can take the ball from regular Feng Huang with just a regular sliding tackle. He needs to be using moves like Inline Stampede and Blast Mine. Not Blast Mine, clearly. Back attack, too strong. Still one of my favourite moves in the Inazuma 11 series. Like, yeah, it's not great that Hawkins didn't get a second defensive move, but when the move's that cool, you can kind of forgive it. Meanwhile, Tachyon, another thing that has yet to be replaced. That's like one of the first fighting spirits we ever came across. Goldie with the random intercept on that pass. Let's go. I wonder if I can get a little shoot chain going with Do-Re-Mi. Who have I got in the path? Bylong's going to get involved for a Dragon Driver. I think Victor's too far away. We've got to get past Wall of Atlantis as well, which is quite capable of blocking this. Zanok's in the path, but he's not armor-fied and he doesn't have any shot chains anyway. In fact, the only move I have on him is Disaster Strike, and I am the Almighty when he's mixed and matched, so that wouldn't matter anyway. Where is Victor? This is meant to be his home ground and he's done absolutely nothing. I put him on the left wing to add a bit of strength to that avenue, but, well, apparently the actual vampire of our team is just not going to be getting involved. Oh, that was a chance to see Asterox. I'm actually kind of sad that I won the command duel now, because that's meant to be the signature defensive move of the Desperados. called asterisk rock in Japanese because it looks like an asterisk just made out of rocks. Well, anyway, Zanuck was offside. That was a bit of a poor play on my part. Who can we get involved? Zanuck again, I guess. I want to go for a shot with Hero Hughes if I can, but he's just completely missing in attendance. Victor finally getting involved, but he's definitely going to lose to this particular spirit, which is to be expected. Alpha, Alpha, get the reads, man. See it coming. Southern Cross on the dribble. That's more like it. It's not. Hey, Gabby. Nice. Clearly going to have to replace you with Katsu pretty soon, I guess. Feng Huang, try again. Nope. Alpha just can't make any of these predictions. I could go here for Special Tactic. Absolute Barrier. This one only works in the lower half of the pitch, but it's a little bit stronger than Tortoiseshell Pattern, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go for Arian's Fighting Spirit. I was going to mix and match him first, but fair enough, we'll Armour Fight instead. He's giving me the opportunity there on a plate. I've not seen that one before. Raiden the Stormbringer. What has he got to offer? I'm guessing that is some kind of dribbling one, but that's a pure guess. Yeah, he attempted Asterox, so that was clearly someone else. We are not in a command duel with that particular spirit. Arian, if you could please go for, as an extra additional flex on these guys, to try and make it 7-1, the famous Germany versus Brazil scoreline from all those years ago. Let's have Ultimate 11 Assault. So 1013, that's the second time this match that we've gone into the treble figures, along with Mecha Mark's critical on the catch. Yeah, double God hand is clearly not enough. Please use Gravity Point. I guess he must be making that decision based on the element of my players, but no, Ricardo is a wood player, so there'd be absolutely no reason for him to do that. What can we do? Let's just mishmash, put my players around the deck and just see who happens to get involved. Hero, you weren't really who I had in mind for this particular interaction. I did give him a spirit, but I haven't given him the ability to armor fight, so frankly, I don't want to use that. I'd rather see if I could get him a cheeky shot later down the line. Wind God's Dance from you, Faye. Apparently not, just 403 power on a block. Like, let's not forget, you know, with these guys not being duplies, every single one of them is still an extremely powerful force, just except for the goalkeeper apparently, because he's a bit daft. But no, I think that's purely down to my equipment and decision making really, and not so much on him being bad. He was still getting 700 plus in everything that he was doing. I was just fortunately very well equipped. So, Zanuck, you're going to give us a spatial portal, please. Is there anything else that can be said about Nosfanatica? Well, I'm certainly reminiscing on the time where I beat them exactly 1-0 in my very first time playing through the game. It may have even been like a penalty or a foul that I'd set up into a shot just within the penalty box. But I was amazed to have beaten the team 1-0 with an underleveled squad. And then, what is the reward for beating them? Well, we're about to find out on that one, and it's not quite as exciting as you might hope. But that's the victory, 7-1. Again, look forward to the failed take releasing later on, just as the proof that these guys genuinely are difficult. What are we going to get from levelling up? We get the Vampire Boots as the random drop. Not much else. Destiny moves in strange ways. I really wasn't expecting you to make it this far. I see why Simeon was so taken with you all. Very well, You've impressed me. Run along. The next time we meet, you shan't be so lucky. Ha 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 ha! Ta-ta! Yeah, they just kind of leave and give you the Fine Cloak, which is the item that you need to recruit them via Pal Pack.
Wait, does he mean that this time he wasn't playing seriously?
Surely not. Yeah, that's it. But the big reward is that we can now keep more players. A strange place to hide it, but yeah, you can now have more than 100 and whatever players on your team, and we get a secret link level, which basically means if you have beaten Nosfanatica in Thunderflash and Lunar Howl in Wildfire, you can connect those two games as my doorbell goes off in the background. You can link those two games and unlock the final challenge of the game, which we'll be covering in a future video. For now, look forward to it, and see you in another one. Bonus thing, by the way, yeah, we can just kind of start recruiting these straight away, like Turn of Fog. He's expensive, but we can just have him on the team already. Some of these players will require you to go around the world and getting people from different societies, but they just give you the recruitment item for free, so we can, before even taking on the super boss that involves these players, yeah, we can just start recruiting some of them straight away. So have some fun with that. You won't be able to get Drakul until you've recruited most of these other guys already, but yep, have fun with that one. Nice easy recruits at the very back of Griever's Grotto in the Camelot era. Anyway, so if you haven't already watched the Wildfire exclusive video, look forward to that on how to beat Lunar Howl in the other version of the game, and then the final super boss after that.